English. Chatterbox.
So, our today's topic is: what are the best ways to memorize vocabulary?
Interesting, Vicky. Now, the question there is, should we memorize English vocabularies? What do you think?
Of course, we have to memorize vocabulary because we need to communicate with others, but when it comes to just one word, I think sometimes it doesn't work because you don't know in what context to use it. The best way is we have to memorize a phrase or even the whole sentence. And the best way to do that, we have to also memorize a situation. From a non-native speaker's of view, I think we use our own methods, but I'm curious to know your opinion. So what's the best way of memorizing vocabulary?
Well, growing up being exposed to the language really does magic. Firstly, you are immersed in the situation and in the context. You are using the vocabulary that you need to. And then, aside from that, reading actually does wonders, because when you read, you meet new words and you get to create the situation in your head. More so when you write, like a journal, or maybe these days you can comment on this video where you can apply the vocabulary that you have met. But it's a good way in your case that you are emulating native speakers, in movies or in when they sing. That's actually very good method to practice your pronunciation as well, and the pace and the tone. Most of what non-native speakers of English don't realize is that, and they actually don't use this method, but what I suggest is that they try to memorize a rap song. Maybe not a rap song, but maybe a fast-paced song. It's a very good method, actually. It actually works. There are a lot of slang as well and idioms in rap songs. So
You said rap music. Yep, it can work for some people, especially for those who want to master a lot of phrases and slang. That source is just great and wonderful. In my case, though, I love listening to music, but music and words, they should touch my soul. Words in songs are catchy, and on top of that, how many times do I listen to my favorite songs? Probably hundreds of times. And it's actually great because without knowing that, you will add some extra spice to your vocabulary. Ricky, I have one question. You said emulate. What should I do? For example, I love a movie, so I have to find the script to open it, and after that turn a movie on and just repeat after the characters. This is what you recommend?
more than that, maybe you can also follow their gestures, their facial expressions. When they're angry, you should also have that anger in your tone. That is what I mean when you say emulate.
Yes, it means to jump into the same emotions that the actors experience at that moment. It's interesting.
That's right, that's correct. Now there's an issue raised by our listeners. The best way for us to learn the language is to go to an English-speaking country. What do you think about that argument?
On the one hand, moving to the US of A is great. This is a great opportunity because you will live in the environment where you can see English everywhere, you can read English everywhere, but nobody will fix your mistakes. You still will have to study on your own. On the other hand, you can bring US to your home. It means, like Ricky said, the best way to do that? Read out loud. Watch anything in English. Just watch it. Right now on YouTube, you have a lot of free content.
I would like to add to that. Online, you can find a lot of English-speaking friends where you can talk to them and ask them to correct your pronunciation. Also, if you don't have anybody, then maybe you could just record yourself and evaluate. Oh,
Yes, you can grab a book, you can read, and on top of that, you can record yourself. This is the best way to do that, yes, and after that, just listen to yourself. It is great. You know, Ricky, when I started to study English, it was years ago. My first step was I just changed my applications into English. No Russian for me. It means my mobile phone, my computer, all programs are in English. How do you think? Does it help?
it does. It does because it prods you to think in English and read technical terms used in these apps. And also, when you are interacting with the application, you are already thinking in English, which is good.
What about people, who are alone and they have nobody around? What can you recommend to those people?
Maybe they can hire somebody to teach them. There are a lot of online platforms these days, and also there are a lot of applications which help them with their struggles in vocabulary.
And they are free, right? In English, there are a lot of synonyms. You can see 30 words. Oh my gosh, and the meaning is the same. It's scarce.
That's right. Synonyms are there just to add flavor to your speech. However, there are also some context where some synonyms do not apply. So, as a beginner, it would do you well to write down synonyms, and then when you move up, you try to understand when to use and when to not use these synonyms in a specific context.
I see. So here, when we need movies, TV shows, real life situations, I think this is the best way to understand where should I use this synonym or that synonym.
That's right. You can substitute some phrases, some expressions. And you try to analyze, is it appropriate or not, or have your friend check. Well, for those among you who are struggling with English vocabulary, it's not uncommon to think in your first language first and then translate when you speak or when you read. It's normal. It's part of the process. However, when you move up to the higher level, you think in English already, and then whatever you have read, whatever you have studied, you apply, because that, for me, is the best way to learn, by teaching yourself how to apply the words that you have learned.
Ricky, thank you so much for your advice.
This is where we say bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for being with us today. Again, my name is Ricky.
And my name is Vicky, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.
English.
Chatterbox.
Chatterbox.